Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy IBeFernal. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're gonna be going over this video about what posted about how Setro scammed the whole devs team, apparently. But yeah, I guess this video is gonna give us a little insight of like how or why Tyso is the way it is right now. I haven't touched Tyso in like 3 days because the game's still buggy. But yeah, I feel like this video is gonna give us like an insight of like what's happening on the devs team side. But yeah. Before we jump to the video, make sure y'all boys like, subscribe, hit that post notification button, and yeah, let's do it.
Now that the same developer talking about everyone getting scammed, all this, Setro did all this. You guys will see the video, but just so you guys know, he leaked Ancient Vassal requirements. You guys will see that next video. But
that's
Ancient
actually
Vassal
good though.
requirements are officially
If the
known
requirements
to
are
the
out,
public
that's actually another
today.
video to make.
I'll tell you guys the
People can
requirements.
actually like
Alright,
do
so
it.
this is a very big video. I'm not gonna lie, this is a very, very important video that I think the whole community needs to see. Because the community that's been blaming the developers for this game being asked, you guys can't blame them after you guys see the proof that we have received today.
Alright, what's the
And
proof?
once again, I want to make sure everyone hears this. Setro is the reason we aren't getting a good version of TypeSoul.
Bruh.
We all heard that. Okay, now let's go into the proof so you guys can see everything.
Let's see
this
the
is
proof.
an
Let's see what's happening.
ex-developer. He was fired, I think the day after release, 2 days after release.
Ooh,
and he says right here,
crazy.
on the day of release, and the
bro, I would have crashed out. You get fired the day after the game drops. Like what? That doesn't make sense. I would have been crashed out. Like what?
day before release.
Not even after. It's the day before release. Yeah, I would have crashed out if I was him. I'm not gonna lie.
Setro scammed all of the developers and had us all removed from percent from the game. He then lied to each of us, making it seem like we were never going to get our percent. He scammed the entire dev team. So, Rocky right here said, bug fixes don't get paid, lol. So why are we not doing a GC with him and talking about the percent? Because all we did were talk to him individually. Chrissy's here telling this guy to join back. Thomas adding this guy. We don't even know the percent that we're getting, though. Can you not do?
I mean, that kind of makes sense, though. Like, if you do the bugs and you don't get paid, then why are you going to do it? I mean, look at TypeScript right now. Most of the bugs haven't been I mean, most of it has been fixed. But, like, you still have a lot of bugs that haven't been, like, cleared out. And this kind of makes sense, though. Like, why would you do the work if you're not going to get paid?
Do a GC with him. Ox and me promised 4%. Then he kept going down on mine and then completely removed ours.
Damn.
We have Tama here showing his Robux.
Yo.
This is 3 days after release. Tama has 4,000 Robux pending.
Oh, that's messed up.
4,000 Robux pending. 3 days after release. And the game had 200k players. 200k players. And Tama, during that time, only got 4k Robux out of it.
Basically $15.
Let's keep in mind, the game probably generated, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Just an insane amount, right? And then you guys can read this screenshot right here from Setro. I promised payment, yes. And I always said that I would pay you guys for your work, which I am. The problem is the way with percent is right now. I'd rather just pay you guys based on the stuff that you make, rather than just keeping you on 1%. Because you wouldn't have gotten much from one regardless, because there's the game's percent and the group's percent. It's better if I just pay you guys so I can actually give you good pay. Then we see Thomas pending Robux is 4,000. Banana right here shows his Robux is 2,000.
Damn.
2,000 is a little fucking crazy, right? And then he said you got paid an exposure button, pings Christy, okay?
Bruh.
This is crazy. So essentially, Setro promised percent and then said, I'll pay you out of pocket. Tama shows his pending Robux and it's 4k.
$15. Okay? Damn.
Then they finally talk to Dave, right there. So who's at blame anyway? The Dorose. Okay, the fact that the developers of this game have to call them the Dorose because they're that abusive is actually crazy. But they said, is it the Dorose or is it Setro? Dave says, I'll stay away from drama, but there's nothing I can do. But to clarify something, Dorose is not the one to blame, as everything was Setro's doing. The Dorose just goes through whatever Setro says due to him being the manager of the game. Although I can confirm that they do feel iffy on the entire thing. Damn, bruh, how we gonna get our money? If Dave can't save us, it's over. We have to fight for our percent in the depths. For our percent. Seriously, all of us got stripped like the day before. That's fucking insane. It's honestly over, bruh.
It should all crash out.
That screenshot, you know, now that I think about it, maybe someone else had their percent removed and has been talking or taking it upon themselves to enact their revenge. Yeah, don't worry, you get library done, and then you AFK for 10 hours in Ring 1. Lamau, alright, I got it packed, AFK. Feel about what? Seems fire. Hey guys, we're rich, the 0% is hitting. The entire team deadass just got shafted, so man, I thought it was just me. I went to Setro day before the update, and he tried to spin it and blame Dave.
Damn.
So
Just
Setro
don't
tried to blame
around.
Dave when Setro was the one that removed everyone's percent.
Yeah, that's
Tiger
bad, 'cause
says, bruh, he said he
Setro did it.
removed one of my percent and gave it to you. He said, lol. And then since you spazzed in his DMs, lol, what, Tiger? Let's keep in mind, this is the guy that got removed from the team. And Setro went to Tiger's DMs and said that he removed one of Tiger's percents and gave it to him. So wherever this 1% that Tiger lost went, we have no idea. Okay?
Yeah,
Next screenshot is Christy talking to Setro. Says your payout percentage for experience boom 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 has been changed from 4% to 2%. The pop animations boom can be rolled like the VFX, because I saw some true bonfires have different pops, you know. Falling behind lately, but it can be increased again. Also, you said my percent would go up if I finish everything I plan for releases. Is that still boom? Because I low-key have not been sleeping lately. So, Christy has literally not been sleeping, doing all this work, doing all this. His percent gets lowered from 4 to 2, and then Setro says it can go up again.
This is gonna go up.
Also, will my percent have any chance of being increased before the game releases? If your stuff gets done, it increases over time. He finishes his stuff and asks, yes, it will go up, right? Ironic, look at this. I'm willing to settle for 1%, but if I clear out more tasks than expected, I get back up to 2%. It is possible. Yes, this guy is completely removed off the dev team, by the way.
Damn.
Okay. They just
taking everyone off the team.
Then all of a sudden, he decided to cave in and give everyone their percent, but because he made deals behind the scenes to Cause and gave him 3% for doing nothing, Cause, all that he did was the trolling games and helping out other people, which was entirely buggy on release. I wasn't able to get my 1%. This guy right here, Dusky, did Highway, the tutorial, Hell NPCs, Ancient Vasto stuff, True Sheet Eyes, and just a lot more, right?
Damn.
Setro then insisted that I was never getting on percent despite showing all of my screenshots. Then on top of that, Daniel, AFK, or aka Evil Forge, we all know who Daniel is, Valanium, whatever you want to call him. He was the one that was put on lead developer spot, right? Boom. That's Daniel. Setro's personal dick muncher is what this developer calls him, was given 3%, and he barely did shit for this update, which other developers even agreed upon. That he didn't do shit, right? Setro made a deal with Cause and gave him percent for stuff in Cause's game called VV.
Bro.
So, Setro's giving people percent in Type Soul for stuff inside a different game?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You take away people's percentage to give it to other people who one hasn't done anything. They're in a different game. That's like kind of like murdering, right?
And then Setro also made a deal with some random Durant called ZL. He's like withdraw wannabe. He gave that guy percent, and the guy doesn't even develop on the game.
Bro.
So ZL, if you guys don't know who ZL is, he is the original owner of Jewelry. He is the one that released Jewelry and did all that with Jewelry. And basically, ZL himself said that Jewelry was an exit scam, and all that he's doing is trying to farm money. And then he's sold the game to another person. That same ZL, Setro gave percent, and he doesn't even develop on the game.
Bro,
then he says, so I ended up getting scammed and not getting any percent after working on the game for 9 months. I was instead told that I would be paid in Robux, which they paid me 2 million Robux, which is 7k USD for 9 months of my time. And that is not what I was working for. I did all of that work, and Setro asked of... I did all the work Setro asked of me. I want to stress the fact that the Dorose...
Bro, no way. You work for 9 months, do most of the stuff in Hellverse, and you only get 7k. And on the day of release, 200k people were playing the game. Yo, this guy's a good guy, bro. He should have crashed out. 7k, and you did most of like the stuff in Hell. Yeah.
Wouldn't have stepped in and given us our percent. They told us it's Setro's percent, and he can do whatever he wants with it. Also, Setro doesn't develop or script on the game. He can barely value change. Whenever he posts stuff that's done, it's from other people's work. So I don't know why people keep thinking that he's a developer. Setro doesn't do shit except for tell people what to do. And to add on to it, Daniel, aka the person that was set lead developer the other day, the ex-lead developer of the game who didn't do shit and was only in the position because of Setro. To add on to it, He made Typesoul an uncomfortable workplace, and at least for me and some others, he was super sucked up to Setro and Cause. He is also racist. Keep in mind, he's white.
Racist.
Daniel is Valenium, aka Evil Forge on Roblox. Let's see what this document is.
You got a dog on
Daniel, boom. Okay. All right. Interesting screenshot already.
Oh, hell
okay.
no.
Keep in mind he's white. Boom, boom.
Yeah, he gotta
All
go.
right.
What the fuck?
Okay. Just being racist. Just like, okay, bro. Okay.
Bro.
Like, okay.
This guy's on the team?
Yep. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Setro.
So we all see who Daniel is, right? Here's the document. He also worked on Runeslayer and Typesoul. Then Christy DMs Cause. Did you lose your percent? Yes or no? So far, everyone did. And to be honest, man, because I know you're locked in with Set, I don't think he ever officially put me on it. Christy says, oh, I was supposed to get percent because I had a deal with him or whatever, which relates to VV, sort of. I don't want to tell it. Man, I don't give a fuck, basically, about VV. We all got cut, and it's fucking pissing me off. I was talking to Elliot, who talked to VV, and he says he will go over the calculations when it's time to pay himself. The game has people above him, so it's not like he can just say, just fuck everyone over, right? And then he says, Dream put in fixes. That's cool. I don't know what Daniel did recently. It's that matchmaking, which doesn't even fucking work. And Green is fixing it now. At the end of the day, it is Setro's percent. And he said, what? This is chaotic right here.
Hell no.
Chaotic right here said, at the end of the day, it's Setro's percent.
But they just said he doesn't dev.
So like, Setro, the person that doesn't develop, doesn't script, can barely even value change, and just tells people what to do, is holding all of this percent hostage. And he's supposed to share it upon, you know, all the other developers.
But he's
supposed
giving
to share
it to
it
other
upon
people
Christy,
who
Green,
don't play the game.
this guy right
play
here,
games, for the game.
Tama, Daniel, Kaz, all these people. That's all of Setro's percent. And he is supposed to share it between everyone, right? And Chaotic goes here and says, at the end of the day, it's Setro's percent.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a different type of glaze.
So he can just hold it hostage? He doesn't do fuck all for the game. And then Misery's like, why is Nano here? He was there when it all happened. He knows all of that. We made the GC with all the scam devs. So Nano knows all of this. Yes, and he isn't saying anything. I was kind of thinking the same thing, because why is Nano in here?
True.
And he's not saying anything about this. And then basically Dusty said because he's friends with the owners, which is why I came to you guys. You guys speak the truth regardless of the relationship towards them. Misery's like, well, yeah, we're banned. Like, obviously, you know, that's not going to happen. The worst part is I got demoted. My credits got removed from the game and told I can never work for this game again. Setro demoted me because I went to the owners about him scamming me, and the owners didn't care. I was basically, hey, bro, we fucking got you. I'll make the video, right?
No way.
He says, thanks, man. Is that all that you wanted to show us, or is there more that you want to show the community that you want to discuss?
So, yeah, this Dusky guy basically went to, like, the higher-ups and was like, oh, yeah, Setro was scamming me. And they were like, oh, yeah, we can't do nothing about that. And they just kicked him off the team. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah.
All that, right?
It's a bad way to go.
And then basically he says, there might be more depending on how today goes, which involves Setro and his position at Type. So I can, however, say that currently it is believed Daniel, aka Evil Forge, aka Valenium, has been black marketing.
Oh my
the developer
bro,
that we know has been black marketing
not about
this
Daniel,
whole
but
time.
black marketing.
And Dave tried to say that it was something terrible inside the code. Basically, all the current developers are accusing Daniel doing it. That's why Daniel lost his developer role yesterday and was put back on contributor. However, there isn't any concrete evidence yet. That is why he got his 1-star rule back. At the fact of the day, he barely worked, did shit. Big changes are coming soon to the combat. These criminals from boom. Or he said big changes coming soon to combat these criminals from exploiting the community. There will be more news from me guys to you guys soon, though. I don't have a following to where I can go to YouTube, so you guys are my voice to the community. And
yeah, Alicia Balboa is the voice of like type.
So essentially, this guy was promised percent. Setro kept it hostage.
Yeah.
He did all the shit for the game. We can go back and look at everything that he did for the game.
And he's giving it to other
this
people
guy
too.
did the highway, the tutorial, the hell NPCs, ancient Vasto stuff, true Shikai, and just a lot of more shit, right? And Setro, first of all, was only going to offer him 1% in the first place, which is a little crazy.
Yeah.
And then Setro basically ends up saying, no, you're not getting any percent. Here's 2 million Robux. Thank you for what you did. Let's keep in mind,
that's not even a lot.
9 months of work for $7,000 is a little insane. If you guys don't know how DevVets rates work, 2 million Robux is only $7,000, okay?
Yeah.
$7,000, he did all this work for 9 months, and that's all that he got. You guys can say whatever you want, but we all know that's a terrible deal.
Should be high.
Imagine you worked at McDonald's for 9 months straight, and all that you were paid was $7,000.
I would be tight.
We would
I don't
all
know how
flip
he's
the
not
fuck
crashing
out.
out.
So I
Yeah.
understand completely where he's coming from by that, right? And let's keep in mind, also, if we scroll up, we can see Tama's Robux. The game had 200k players, and all that Tama has in pending Robux is 4,000. $15.
Yo,
$15 is what he got. Daniel being racist, Daniel being the Exley dev, Daniel apparently being the black marketer that we've been trying to
And he has
figure out the whole
right.
time. I mean, you guys saw the proof. I'm not gonna yap about the same shit. You guys saw the proof. You guys saw all the screenshots. You
Proof
guys
in the
saw
pudding,
that we
bro.
all saw Daniel lose his role yesterday, and he was put back on contributor, and we are all wondering why. Apparently, it's because he's been the one black marketing. He's been the one going behind everyone's back and basically telling black marketers to do all this. He's the one that hired that black marketing team that I was talking about and doing all this. Very, very interesting stuff. At the end of the day, the whole community now knows Setro's a scammer, Setro's a liar, and Setro wants this fucking game to burn. No matter
Looks
what
like
you
it,
say,
pretty much.
him removing percent the day of release is the most scumbag move you can ever fucking make. To the developers that he hires, right? He hires these developers because he doesn't dev for this game at fucking all. He doesn't do shit for this game, right? All that he does is hire people to do.
Yeah, that, like what? You just whole percentage on the actual people who make or like make the game, put the work for the game, don't get paid. But you want to give people who aren't like included in the dev team percentage. Like what? This guy's making like under the table deals behind the scenes. Like what, bro?
That needs to be done. He removes the percent from everyone and gives people that don't do shit for this game the most of the percent, right? He gives Dory's old owner percent, and he doesn't even work on the game. He gives Cause 3%. Where is that part? He gives Cause 3%, right? Because he gave him stuff in a different game. And then he gave Daniel 3% when he barely did shit for the game, and even the other developers agree that he barely did anything for the game.
And Daniel's racist too. Like what?
And the worst part, in my personal opinion, is the fact that Chaotic wants to know at the end of the day it's Setro's percent.
That's a different type of glaze.
What he's doing. You see him scamming your developers. Let's keep in mind, Chaotic and all of them are the real hierarchy of this game. They get the final say in everything. And you see Setro scamming your developers.
Probably getting paid.
And you say,
like, behind the scenes.
At the end of the day, it's his percent.
Bro.
That percent shouldn't even fucking belong to him. Respectfully, if he's not working on the game and all he's doing is, you work on this, you work on... Anyone can do that. Do you know?
No, that is.
I guarantee you I can pull a random person that's watching this video, and they can tell the developers what's wrong with the game at the current moment, and then the developers would go and fix it. Setro isn't doing shit. He's not doing anything. He's not helping the game in any way. All he's doing is telling people, do this, do this. Which 9 times out of 10, it's some obvious shit. Like, oh, hell's broken. Why don't you go fix hell? Oh, do this. What the fuck? I just wanted to make this video. As I said, I'm not going to repeat myself because I know last video, when I was talking about my own personal situation, I just kept yapping about the same bullshit.
Yeah, I saw
you guys already saw the screenshots. You guys already saw the proof. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts inside the comments. But yeah, essentially, Setro's a scammer. Setro's a liar. He wants this fucking game to burn. And the Dorose just apparently don't give a fuck. They don't care.
No, this video was very informative. Now I actually like Balboa for like making this video, because now we know like why the game's still at its current state and what's behind and like what's happening behind the scenes with the devs. Because this is like some fucked up shit, bro. Like Setro is just, bro. Setro, you gotta log in, bro. Holy. But yeah, now y'all know like why Tyso's the way it is right now. The devs, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but we just gotta wait and see. But yeah, I'm gonna catch your boys in the next one.